mobilization.com. So this is a banded mobilization for the ankle. We're going to be moving at the subtalar joint and moving from a posterior to anterior direction or back to front direction. The subtalar joint would just be considered basically the heel bone kind of underneath the talus, which is the upper part of the ankle. So for the purposes of practicality, that just means we're going to be putting the band around that heel bone right at the bottom half or the bottom part of the Achilles tendon. All right, so what we're going to do is get the band, and we're going to use a thick green band here. So for the band, what you have options of thick or thin. The thicker the band, the more of a mobilization you'll get, the more of a feeling of stability you'll get from the band, but you'll also get knocked off balance a little bit more, so it'll make the exercise too hard for some people. So you have to use the band properly and kind of strategically depending on who you're working with. I'm going to start with the thickest band. It's going to give me the most challenge to balance and also likely give me a sense though of stabilization into the ankle if that's the direction in which I'm needing stabilization. All right, so I'm going to put this band right on the bottom of the heel there and just start walking away from the pole here. All right, so there's an angle basically, or there's a direction of pull, going from back to front at the heel bone. Then I'm going to bring my feet together. So what I want to do from here is just do a heel raise, but I want to do a heel raise thinking about my whole lower half from core down. All right, so before I go up into the heel raise, I really want to own standing. So I want to make sure that I'm ascending the pelvic floor. I have a little tension across my lower belly. I'm going to feel the inner thighs kind of making a seam with the lower part of my buttocks. Buttocks is activated. Heels are staying together. And then I want to make sure my knees stay straight so I have some tension in the quads. And then I'm going to just roll up onto the ball of the big toe, keeping the heels together, and then hanging out here for about 10 seconds. What I want to do is see, can I let go of some of the balance points? Can I maintain all of those points of tension that I had when I was in standing? So inner thighs, think glutes, the pelvic floor, lower belly, quads are still on so the knees don't bend. All right, making sure that the heels stay together. And then I'm going to slowly lower down, and as I slowly lower down, I'm going to feel the heel move into the band and create a little bit more resistance. All right, and then we're going to do this for about 5 reps, holding for 10 at the top. It's really important not to just drop down, but really control the descent and feel the band pulling from a back to front direction the whole time. All right, to make this a little bit more challenging, we can also elevate the heels a little bit so you get a little bit more dorsiflexion. So do basically the same thing, but now your starting point is going to be the ball of the foot is on an elevation. So this is a 2-inch elevation here with this AirX pad. So I get a stretch into dorsiflexion when I start. This may actually make it harder to get the standing position stable or get some of those muscles turned on up in the hips. So we want to make sure we really focus on that first. It might actually have to be a little bit of a pelvic tilt that's done, because when you're going into dorsiflexion, a lot of times the knees want to bend and the tailbones want to stick out into an anterior pelvic tilt. So make sure we can come out of that and get to neutral. Find all the muscles we found before: pelvic floor ascension, adductors active, glutes active, quads on, and then elevate. Notice the difference because you're on an unstable surface here, and then slowly lower down so there'll be a little bit more of a stretch into dorsiflexion, but still getting a sense of moving from a back to front direction at that subtalar joint. All right, so same thing, 10-second hold 5 times if you decide to do it with the heel elevation. All right, so that is a banded mobilization for the ankle at the subtalar joint, moving in a posterior to anterior direction. If you have any questions, you can go to movementprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.